and welcome back to another episode of the MTG Rundown. Sheldon Menery is dead.
Yeah, big facts, big facts.
Yeah.
Finally in that big graveyard in the sky.
So, I may have meaned an old man to death.
A lot of harsh opinions.
I said I scared him with my desire to have games end before turn 83.
Right.
I mean,
and
also
there's a lot of... I feel like Sheldon is one of the most divisive opinions that you can have in Magic. It's like either you love the guy or he's like the bane of your existence. I've never met anybody that's really middle of the road on Sheldon. I'm very thankful that he created my personal favorite format because I love Commander. It's super cool, but after that, man, you made it. It was it's Minecraft all over again. You made the thing, and then it just sat there and stagnated, and you just didn't do anything with it except ban all the fun cards. But I don't want to be too harsh, obviously, because he had just passed, but hopefully we get some ban and restriction updates.
Listen,
for
I'm just saying,
now. I'm a silver lining kind of guy, so I'm just hoping we get something out of
right?
this.
A real person died, right?
Right.
he was
sad, influential
right, yeah,
judge, creator of Commander, super nice person.
Yeah. I have zero problems with the guy as a dude. He seemed super chill.
As the man in charge of Commander,
I disagree with what he decided to do, right?
I disagree with a lot of his philosophies on how to approach the game.
He's not George Bush.
Yeah, right.
Right? He's not right? He hasn't, committed war crimes. He just did some things I didn't like to a game I like.
Absolutely. It's just
that I play up on the internet for funnies.
Right. And I feel like the main thing was that Sheldon just had a different approach to the game mentally than most other people. He just wanted the game to be something it wasn't. Magic is a game designed around defeating your opponents and winning the game, and that's just not how he went about it. And unfortunately, he let that personal bias leak into his rules and his bans and how he tried to steer Commander, and that's where I started having a problem with Sheldon.
Yeah.
Nothing personal. It's just I don't like how he tried to steer the game.
Yeah, I disagree with a lot of what he did, but
right.
He was also one dude. A lot of other people also made those decisions with him.
Committee.
Right, he did. They weren't made in a vacuum, right?
Right.
And as far as I'm aware, right, he didn't just get the end-all, be-all say of things,
he
right?
was the head of the rules committee, but there's still a committee. Everybody still has to bounce ideas off of each other.
Right. Yeah.
I'll never forgive him for the initiative.
In short, they're all bad.
Oh, no.
They're all bad.
For sure. It's one of those,
God, if Mark Rosewater dies tomorrow, I'm going to be in deep shit.
I don't think he has cancer. So.
I don't know, but that man actually is the bane of my existence. I actually do not like Mark Rosewater.
Yeah, Mark Rosewater is easily one of the worst things that's ever happened to Magic the Gathering. But neither here nor there. Wrong, grumpy old man to complain about today.
So in all of the obviously a lot of people are posting different tributes to Sheldon.
Yeah,
ways that people can be hey, honors memory. Someone found an article from July 1996 of the Duelist.
Oh, wow.
Which was the first time they ever mentioned Elder Dragon. Originally,
I was 4 years old when
Sheldon...
Said
96?
96.
Which month?
July.
My wife, who is older than I am, was 4 months old.
Good Lord.
I wasn't born for another 3 years.
I was 4 years old when Sheldon invented... what would later go to be Magic's most successful format. That's nuts.
It's also definitely reading. I will obviously read through. It's definitely interesting to hear the initial, the original iteration that became Commander.
Right.
Yeah, reading pre-2000s MTG articles is crazy. Wow. Have you seen?
Do yourself a favor and go pick up an old Scry magazine.
There was an internal memo from Ice Age that basically was already echoing like there's too many products, there's too many cards. It
Right.
is getting like
Out of hand.
like it's getting out of hand. It is unreal.
Players
Like
can't keep up.
exactly.
All of the-
from
all
Ice
of-
like
yeah.
before the release of Ice Age, it was like an internal memo like we've got to slow this down because this is getting out of hand.
And it's like a circle. Because there we are, right back at it again.
You
Two
know, it's like
pre-releases in 1 month.
it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Absolutely.
It rhymes.
It rhymes with itself, apparently.
Real fast, I'm gonna read through all the different bullet points described. I'll just see, like, would you prefer this version of Commander or the current one?
Sure.
I think I know what your answer is gonna be. 3 or more players recommended.
Okay.
Each player chooses or selects at random an Elder Dragon legend.
Fair.
The dragon must be sorted by creatures and spells corresponding to the colors.
Right.
Players include 8 basics for each of the colors in their deck.
No.
Decks must have 20 to 24 creatures, and they can have no more than 1 creature. All creatures should be a 3/3 or better, unless they have a special ability.
I mean,
Okay.
personal preference.
Okay, yeah.
That's fine. Super fucking weird bullet point to put it. As a rule, you have to run this many creatures, and you have to be this tall to ride the ride.
Unless it has an ability. Unless it has an ability, right? You can still run your Land of War Elf. You can still
So
run your
it's
Land of
like,
War
I'm
Elf.
sorry, pikers and just 3-mana 2/2s. You can get Ben.
Yeah.
Next
You
bullet point,
can't play.
to ensure balance, the total power and toughness should not exceed a number predetermined by the players.
Total power and toughness
Yes.
of your library?
Nothing over 8, boys.
No.
Oh no, in the
No.
library.
In the like in your deck.
All right, so 50.
Yeah.
You get 50. Divvy that up however
Correct,
you please, but
yeah.
everything has to be a 3/3 unless it has an ability.
Yeah.
Which means Happy would never play this format because no Savannah Lions. No, not allowed.
Really? This is my legacies? I'm the
That's it.
Savannah Lions guy? What the fuck?
Somebody has to stand up for Savannah Lions, and Lord
It is
knows
me.
it's
It is
not
me.
good-
I'm the one guy who has stood up for Savannah Lions in the past year.
Continuing on.
Go ahead.
Players designate and announce 3 of their creatures as warlords and 2 creatures as captains. If an opponent destroys a captain, the captain's controller takes 2 damage and the destroyer gains 2 life. If a warlord is destroyed, its controller takes 3, and if an Elder Dragon is destroyed, its controller takes 4.
So like,
Oh,
that's an
okay.
that's an interesting premise.
I
like
kinda
having-
dig it.
I like having the general and then the lieutenants and the sub commanders. I do like that. That just sounds like it would be.
There's
a
no
nightmare
way.
to
There's
keep up
no
with.
way to easily track that besides writing them down on a
Yeah.
piece of
Right,
paper.
so it's like, so I'm playing the Dragon, and my number 1 man is Miram, and my number 2 man is Ganax, and my number 3 man is this, and it's like, all right, so that's yours. What about you, 5th player at the commander table? And then you
Yeah.
have to keep track of like
Yep.
everybody's things, and like, well, what if somebody reanimates your lieutenant? Do you still do the thing
Yeah.
because it's still the thing? And it's just a whole cool premise, though. I do.
I
Like that.
do like that in theory.
like putting a
definitely
bounty on. Some of
definitely
your
needs
other-
some workshopping.
Right, but that's very neat idea. I actually like that.
Obviously, no deck can have more than 1 spell. Decide beforehand which cards are banned.
See, that's
Okay.
just the classic Rule Zero discussion. Like, all right, boys, we land taxing today. Are we fast bonding? Are we allowing channel? Like, if you like, you can play Sylvan Primordial as long as you don't have blue in your deck and you can't flicker it 9,000 times. Because like, if as a 1 of, it's fine. But like,
There is a predetermined band list
Yeah.
for a reason.
absolutely.
I'm not a big Rule Zero guy. I'm gonna be real.
No, it's super fair because like very, very rarely is Rule Zero ever going to be a thing, and if it is, it's just going to be for the cards that just make the game not fun, like Cyclonic Rift. Where
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, we're not going to allow Cyclonic Rift because if you Cyclonic Rift and you don't actually end the game, like you just restart the game, and then we're just sitting here staring at each other for another hour,
Yeah.
doing nothing, and that's just not fun gameplay. But I do agree with the predetermined ban list does a pretty good job of showing you like, hey, these are the cards that are going to make your day miserable, and so just don't do
Yeah.
that.
And also the Power 9 because Jesus.
Yeah.
No, except for Time Twister.
Shut up.
If you have $15,000 lying around,
Shut up about Time Twister.
The 4 cards they use as examples are Balance, Wrath of God, Anarchy, and Gloom.
Gloom?
Gloom.
Like originally, I was like Wrath of God.
I mean,
And
Wrath
then-
of
and then
God-
Gloom is like
Okay.
Gloom?
To be fair-
1996.
No,
Wrath of
19,
God.
yeah,
yeah,
no,
let's say this is
1996. Wrath of God
For
does
sure,
make
yeah.
sense, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously balanced. Good God, balance.
even back then, balance
balance was
was not an okay card.
ridiculous, dude.
And balance is just one of those insane cards that scales with the game, so it's only gotten worse. So it's never coming off.
Yeah,
the list.
no, and it shouldn't.
No, but yes, I.
Gloom? Okay, all right.
And then for the final 3 rules, players begin with one of each land type already in play.
No, absolutely not. You get away from me with that demon magic.
Players
Oh.
start at 25 life.
Okay, yeah.
And
That's fine.
players have a 60-card minimum deck in addition to the lands already in play.
So 25.
Wait a minute, wait.
25
20
life,
20
60 card singleton.
20 to 26 creatures
In a 60 card deck
in a
singleton.
60 card deck?
In singleton. No. What?
Yeah.
Where are my spells?
Right.
It's 60-card minimum. You can go over the number.
We all know it means 60 card maximum, all right?
Right.
A land's already in play, though.
That, like, you just look across and
Mamma mia, pizza pia. Boy, am I a filthy, disgusting blue player. And
Right.
I will be starting with a blue mana already on the board. Thank you very much.
It's like-
Nicol Bolas, here I come.
right, it's like obviously this was designed way before these cards existed, but like I'm just trying to imagine I'm sitting across from the Kinrith player and he just starts with one of each basic and I'm like, I'm going to shoot myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm playing Esper, and it's just like blue, white, black right there. And it's
Right,
like,
it's like, hey, Sin triplets, turn 1, Lego, and yours. I hate it
No, I
here.
need to also, just for my own question, I was about to say, like,
Like,
I
guess
just,
the other question
I have turn 0 counterspell mana up. Like,
right,
are you kidding me?
right. It's like,
Give it
hey,
to
I'm
me,
just-
but also no, that can't happen.
no, that could never. Like, I love the idea, and that could definitely be like one of those, haha, we're gonna play funny, goofy planes chase kind of games where you're all doing. The
Yeah,
fun meme stuff.
96 is.
Yeah, so like just for the fun of it, what year? Like this is '96, so what
Yeah.
was the last set? So that would have been alliances.
Alliances? That's
Oh, so
hilarious.
you mean to tell me you want me to have 5 mana up so I can hard play my Force of Will?
So,
Turn 0?
so alpha, beta, unlimited, revised, Arabian Nights, Antiquities, Legends, The Dark, Fallen Empires, Ice Age Homelands, Alliances. Okay.
Okay,
So-
so no like force of will into days.
No.
So my question then becomes, with the one of each land type rule, does that mean that I can have
Duels. It
duels?
does. It
so I
does.
can turn 1 my Necropotence.
They specify basic. One of each
Basic.
Oh,
One of each
okay,
basic,
okay,
yeah.
thank God. Because I was like, otherwise that gets real degenerate.
Yeah.
Because you can just like double up on the colored pips you need, and it's like, all right, turn 1 Necropotence, I still have blue up for my counter spells.
I mean, you can already do that. It's called Dark Ritual.
Well, I'm talking about like just, but then you don't have to have the Dark Ritual. It's just already in
I know.
play. That's just so nutty.
This is interesting. I would
I would
play
definitely
this.
casual
I would
games.
play this twice, right, as a fun little experiment, and then never again.
Right. Like I said, it would be in the fun planes chase kind of games where like we're gonna do the funny haha meme stuff, and everybody.
And then we're gonna actually play the game
Right.
after this.
And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, okay, that was really cool and really fun. Anyway, shuffle up, play a normal game of
Yeah,
Commander.
like I'd be fine playing this like with pre-2000s cards.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Or-
do think
or-
like living like like the.
Or if you just like
the-
buy precons, like unmodified
Maybe.
precons, and then just one of each basic for like whatever your colors are. Like everybody goes back and like I'm playing the mimeoplasm. I'm doing this, that, or the other thing, and then you just have one of each. And
Yeah, no, I think yeah, like I would do this with like
yeah, there would have to be some level
Urza
of control.
Urza Saga. We got to go pre Urza Saga. And then I'm pretty cool with it. The second we hit Urza Saga and after,
yeah, no.
please God no.
No.
Please.
Absolutely
Please.
not.
Yeah, I think
that's
that would be
such a-
pretty cool.
That's such a cool thing to see that they were thinking about stuff like that all the way back then. Like they were still trying to figure out how degenerate they wanted the format to be without making it degenerate. because they're like, we're gonna have cool sub commanders, and you're gonna start with lands in play. Yeah. If you want to play with 60 cards, you can play with 60 cards. If you want to have more, you can have more. 25 life. That's
those games go quick.
Yeah, that's one of those standouts.
Those game goes quick.
Yeah,
which is what I like.
Right.
Yeah, this definitely reads like, okay, we need to do something like, all right, we just, lost our round 3. We're going to sit down and play 15 minutes of Magic.
Yeah.
Pairings go up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think for flavor purposes, I would like 21. That way it's like the actual 3 hits from the 7/7 commander just actually kills you.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah. And then the game just actually ends, because then your commander damage is just you just dying to the giant beater. But I mean, like, in the context of when they introduced it, like, that's fine, because the Elder Dragons are super whatever anyway, except for Nicol Bolas, because he makes you discard your hand, and you have to pay the 3 every turn or they die. So like that seems inoffensive.
That you start 3 basic play, which is the 3 you need to pay your constant upkeep for your
and then you're still like, if you're just going like land go, you're still 5 turns away from casting any of these monsters.
Yeah.
So who cares?
It's also interesting that they specifically for 1996. It's interesting that because Chronicles is noticeably absent from that list.
Oh yeah.
So the Elder Dragons are expensive. Like having an Elder Dragon is even the worst ones. Chromium, you bitch.
Rampage 2, baby.
Yeah. Oh my fucking Chromium. How dare you bear the Esper colors, you...
What do you mean if they, like, quintuple block me, I'm huge, and then I don't do anything?
Yeah. But, like, even, like, the bad ones are still, like... I mean, Mark legendarily has the story of, like, this guy is putting up 2 pieces of power for an Elder Dragon, and the guy with the Elder Dragon walks away because he's like, nah, like, it's not... Yeah, it's not, like, it's not worth it. And it's like... That's it's
so
like
crazy.
It's like he's throwing up moxes, dude.
Like I'm trying to imagine a dude walking up to me and being like, "Yo, I will give you this like time twister and this mox for that Nicol Bolas."
Yeah.
And me looking at it and be like, "No,
nah.
I'm actually good. I don't want that." That's such a I mean, obviously hindsight in the way things progress.
Yeah, and like but at the time, like the values literally didn't add up.
Right. It's like the guys from Future Sight, or no, not Future Sight, but whenever Goyf was printed, was that Future Sight?
Future Sight.
It was Future Sight. Okay. Mm-hmm. Whenever Goyf was printed, and like the guys were running around buying them at like $3 a pop, as many as they could, and then it turned into like $150 stupid card.
People were around buying them. No one was buying Goyf.
No, Goyf wasn't $3. It was no, it was a bulk rare.
Okay, that's what.
No, it was a bulk rare. It was okay in draft. Like people were like, it was like
a big bear.
Like, yeah, it's like it. Yeah, it was like I guess like it wasn't the worst rare you could pull, but God, it definitely like no one wanted it.
Right, and then it turned into Mr. Modern, Mr. Legacy,
and then Mr. Extended, thank you, because the best deck in the format, the countertop deck, was like threw in 4 of them because it was like,
hey, it turns out
this
that
is
a
actually
2-mana 4/5.
Yeah, it was like
insane.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, it was an honorary blue card for a hot minute, and then Junded.
Yeah, and it's just I'll always hate Goyf. It's always one of my big hate cards. Because
that's interesting. I don't hate Goyf.
It's just because for me, I always looked at how expensive it was, and it's like all you do is attack and block. And it's just like I look at that, and then I look at like other cards that do more and cost less. It's just like the price point was always what got me, and I get that it was from Future Sight.
No, the price point has always been insane, but I don't know. I've always looked at that guy and like slap a Rancor on that baby.
Oh, no, I love playing.
You got yourself a stew going,
right? Like I love playing with Goyf, but like whenever you look at a card, you're like, all right, so you are $100.
Do you win me the game when I cast you? If so, get bent.
Right.
Or if not, get bent.
Exactly. And it's like, well, what do you do? Well, I'm 2 mana. I am, on average a 4/5.
Mm-hmm.
And then I attack and I block. And
I also spoiled Planeswalkers.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
And tribal.
Bring back tribal cards.
Please.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yep.
Well, they did. Tribal Eldrazi.
Bring back Bring back good tribal cards in an actual set.
Honestly,
Sarkhan's, what is it? The 2 and a red Sarkhan's Triumph. Sarkhan's Triumph should have been
tribal dragons.
Tribal Instant Dragon.
Sure.
There's like stuff like that. Like I literally only interact with one tribe. Just make them tribal. Like tribal is inoffensive. Like it's only like 2 tribes are going to be able to do something degenerate with it.
Hold on.
That's elves.
Oh, no. It's not inoffensive because if anything says tribal vampire on it, it procs Edgar.
No, right.
If anything say it also
like- 'cause
it means it procs it means it procs all of the kindreds,
That's true. That's true.
right? Like
Yeah.
like at this point, having tribal creature type in the text it procs too many things. We literally cannot have a tribal elf spell. You literally cannot print a card that says
'Cause that's what I
tribal
was thinking.
elf.
Like, you can't have elf.
No,
Elf
you
is
cannot
not
have
allowed.
elf, and you cannot have vampire. Vampire, not even because vampires are like too good as a tribe. Honestly, let's be real, they kind of suck.
Yeah.
I love them, but
They
they,
just have
suck.
one
They have
insanely good card.
They have Edgar Markov,
and
which
Edgar
means
just drags all of the other vampires with him across the finish line.
correct. Yeah,
Because he turns all of your mediocre spells into a mediocre spell plus a dude, and it turns out whenever you do that like 4 times a turn, eventually that just adds up and you just kill people.
yeah. It means
It's pretty
your one casting cost 1/1 doesn't even have a lifelink vampire. Creating an additional dude with it is just too good.
Right, it's just like your Child of Night turning into a 2-mana,
Yeah.
2-body lifelink.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Well,
Vampire of the Dire Moon, which already has too many words on it, like
Right.
like also being another 1/1, too good.
right. And that just loops us all the way back around to Eminence. Bad.
Sheldon,
Oh, you.
boy, did you make some of the Magic the Gathering keywords?
times.
Yes.
We're going to make a 4-man. It's going to evolve around casting your commander. But then we're going to give it an ability where you never have to
Where you never actually cast it. Looking at you, Aloro.
the OG.
My homie. Dude, I love Aloro. To my
I
dying
think
day.
Aloro's like the... Obviously, he doesn't
He's
have
the
Eminence.
most he has eminence.
But
by all accounts, he
Like-
has eminence gain to life.
Right, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Like that's what they all should have been like, or like the cat that just gives you +3/+3. Like you already have to have another body in play for it to do something. It's not every time I do something I play the game more than you.
Yeah.
Like Edgar or Ur-Dragon. That's just
Or
all of
Nala.
all of your stuff costs 1 less forever. Period. It's just like that seems pretty good.
Yeah.
But then you have like Aloro is like, well, if you don't have a cat in play, get bent because you don't get to do anything.
Yeah.
Or like Aloro gains you 2
2
life
life
every turn.
Yeah,
so
2
it's
life
like,
at the beginning of every upkeep. Yeah.
over the course of like 15 turns, that might become an issue if you don't kill them. You know, it's like it's one of those.
And then if you cast him when you gain life, you can pay a mana and draw a card.
God, you have to pay mana to draw.
Yeah,
cards.
you have to pay mana to draw a card, and your opponents lose a life. So,
It's white card draw. It's like, I don't know what all you white players are complaining about.
but it's
desperate.
blue. But it's blue card draw and black card draw, which is good card draw. God damn it!
It's white. It counts.
Still counts.
White getting dragged along. But getting back to the original point, I think that the older designs, some of them were really cool. Very interesting to see how they tried to play around with it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
And especially whenever you have to take it back into consideration that they are balancing all of this around the fact that it's just the 5 actual Elder Dragons.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't have to worry about, oh, my Marwyn deck should start with lands. In play," or
Exactly,
anything
yeah,
Like that.
yeah.
Like, hey, we're all playing with, like, 8 mana 7/7s that kill themselves if you don't pay 3 mana every turn. They are needy trust fund kids. If you don't give them their allowance, they will off themselves.
Yeah. Like, oh no, not Arcades.
Arcades Sabbath. Oh no, my Vivictus Asmati. What does it do? It has fire breathing.
I don't know.
In 3
it's-
different colors.
Yeah. You
Palladium Moors. No.
yeah.
Like, oh no, I have stone breathing. Chromium having rampage though.
I do. I love Rampage because there was if I remember right, in the original set, there was nothing that actually told you what Rampage did.
Yeah, no reminder text. It's just Rampage 2.
Yeah, and it like it was and like
And
in
everybody's
like
like,
in the rules
what?
compendium, like in the little rules compendium, it like Rampage wasn't there.
Jesus.
They didn't tell you what Rampage did.
Chromium should have had bands with other elder dragons.
Shut up.
Bring back banding.
No.
Come on, it's fun.
I already have to just, explain enough weird, obscure rules as is. I don't need banding back.
Give me Portal 3 Kingdoms 2, and give me bands with other cards with horsemanship. I want one big unblockable pile, thank you.
Just pulling up the
No, but it's just
the originals.
right. Going back to the original 5, though, it's like it's just crazy how much better Nicol Bolas is than literally
others.
all of the others.
Yeah.
Because it turns out just like mind twisting your entire hand is just really good. And at the low cost of smacking you in the teeth for 7
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, please to flample.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, trample's a good enough keyword, right? And just like Chromium, like Rampage is just a good enough keyword.
No,
right?
it's
Like,
not.
They don't do anything else. Like,
No, it's
fine. Well,
No,
think
it's
about whenever
not.
They designed those because like
No, it's not. Even at the time, Rampage was bad.
it can be blocked by all of the Welkin turns, and it would be fine.
All
till
of
it
the Welkin turns. Dude, when I play the Stormcrow, you're gonna fucking wish you were never born, dude.
Right. Oh.
Oh dear God.
But just think about it. He can't be blocked by 7 Bitter Blossom tokens and die. It's all upside, baby.
Scale's better than Emrakul.
Oh, Rampage too good. That's why they got rid of it. Rampage too good.
That's why. That's why.
But
Totally not because they just replaced it with the better. Don't multi-block me keyword. Intimidate, fear,
Menace.
Menace. Oh God.
Dude, you better watch for fear. You better watch out for walls though.
Oh,
Still, walls still block it, bro.
absolutely, and
You're
everybody
not
always
getting
forgets
past
that.
that.
Everybody always forgets that. Well, it's like, well, I'm gonna swing with my dude. I was like, well, I'm gonna block it with my wall of denial. And no, you're not the same color. Well, I am a wall, so I am gonna block you.
So write that down.
right, like that was neat. Anyway, 0-8 flying crowd, like get bent.
Yeah.
But no, it's just.
I mean, say what you want,
I've really got nothing else to say.
Say what you want about Sheldon,
Yeah.
the man left a huge mark on the fucking
It's
game.
true. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, no matter what your opinion on Sheldon was, he did create
He did
the
a lot.
most successful for Wizards game of all time.
He did. I mean, he did a lot. He
really did.
He tried his best, which is really all we can ask for at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Just because I disagree
I
with
am-
it doesn't
right, I
mean
am
it's
thankful
necessarily
for him.
wrong.
I am thankful for him because without him, I wouldn't be playing Commander now. So
Yeah.
we take those.
So, in his memory, we're gonna go cast some big clunky creatures and swing at face.
Yeah, I'm gonna go win a game with an Elish Norn.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, just, I don't know, like, subscribe. I don't even know if I can say that anymore. YouTube's weird.
Call to action. Get in the comments.
Get in the comments! All right, I'm done.